Welcome in, this is NSD Undead, and this is a GodForge video. We are gonna check out GodForge, kind of where I've gotten my thoughts of it, and yeah, let's just jump right into those. Let's see what we think. So far, obviously, we only got the caverns open. You can mess around with some imprinting stuff. You can mess around with weapons and builds. You got all your heroes here. These are the heroes I played with a little bit. There's some I haven't even tried it, which could be very good, that I ended up pulling along the way. These are my main ones I used, was Raw, Hemdale, Shamash, I don't know if I said that right, sorry if I didn't, Aphrodite, and then Scotty. Great champions. I used Odin for a little bit, he was pretty good too. So let's start with the characters, right? And everything that goes around these guys. I am liking a lot of the art. I think some of it has to be fine-tuned, but art is looking pretty good. I think they'll be able to improve it a little bit in some cases and really hit a home run with it. Like on some of these champions, like these ones are pretty good, right? I really do like how they made this, but then when you go down to like this guy, he kind of looks a little like, he looks all right, but he needs some work in my opinion, you know? But overall, I think the art is pretty great. The background looks pretty good in my opinion. Obviously this is alpha first look, but the backgrounds are pretty cool. Like the staircases here looks really good. And then let's just get in a battle here. And you know, like the artwork, it needs some polishing, but I think overall we're looking good. So that I do appreciate. I think they did pretty well on. And I think they'll fine-tune it before they release the complete game, because again, this is alpha wave 1. They're doing 3 alpha waves and then they're trying to release the game, it sounds like. So I think for where they're at, it looks great, but it does need a little bit of fine-tuning in my opinion to be really what we're looking for. But outside of that, not much to complain about. The gearing system, it's looking pretty fun. I actually been enjoying it, where the stats lie and how you upgrade gear and everything, and we haven't even got the whole thing of it. I think there's a couple of things like this sell button. I didn't even know this was up here. I couldn't find it until I actually watched them show people how to do it. I think that needs to be a little bit better. And then I have heard people were struggling about like finding how to ascend and stuff, because you have to do a couple of different clicks and it's not very super user friendly. It's not too bad though, I don't think. But the UI I think is actually pretty good. Needs a little bit of fine tuning to make it a little more friendly for the consumer, but overall I do think it's pretty solid. I'm not sure, without testing a little more, it seemed to be pretty hard to get my gear to 16 on my champions. I got it on Raw, but the rest of them with grinding, it was like only a couple of days. But as you see, nobody else has 16 gear throughout their whole kit. I don't know if that's intended or not. We'll see how well we actually can get gold and if there's different ways of getting gold. I'm hoping we don't run into like a huge deficit like Raid has kind of done with us, but it doesn't seem too bad. Another thing that's super nice is you guarantee get the upgrade. There is no chance. You just pay this and you get the upgrade, which is huge quality of life. So there's that. Another great thing is it's free to remove gear. You can remove gear, you can equip gear, move stuff around, and it doesn't cost you anything, which is just great to see. We need that everywhere, because why do we have to keep paying just to move the gear that we farmed and leveled up? Why do we have to pay to move it around? It makes no sense. So that's a great thing. So overall, I think UI is great. There's a lot of good things here. Like I said, I just seen a little bit of a struggle to upgrade my gear while I'm farming and doing this stuff. But again, it's part of the game. I think it's not, doesn't seem too bad. It just seemed a little bit of a struggle to do. And the whole game's not released yet, so there might be even more ways to get gold, and it might not even be hard to do eventually, right? Outside of that, gameplay wise, I really enjoyed moving through the caverns. I really did. Obviously, it's alpha. There's a couple of bugs, but I do like that they're kind of putting a challenge thing here to defeat it, and then an extra one to get the extra reward. It's not that you have to do it to pass, but it's a special thing you can do to get extra stuff, which is nice. I love the tower that they've made. It looks really good. It's very appealing. I had a lot of fun climbing through it. It is challenging, but not too challenging. The biggest challenge that I've been facing right now is just bugs, which are obviously going to get fixed, right? So I'm not going to harp on them too much about their bugs. It's an alpha stage 1. But I do like the direction they're going with this, and it looks very interesting to me. And like I said, it's not the only thing I really have to complain is about bugs, and guaranteed they're going to have those fixed by the time they fully release the game, at least these specific ones. Not to say this game might not have bugs on release, but the good thing about these producers is I think they're going to actually pay attention to community and take that feedback and try to do something with it. Not everybody's going to get their way. That's impossible to please everybody, but I do think they're going to care about their community and the health of the game as a whole versus just brushing them off and doing whatever they see fit to make a profit. Obviously, it's a game. They spent millions of dollars on this game, and they're going to have to make money. I don't hate on that one bit. But they could do it in a more genuine way versus just being all about making a profit and margins, right? But I definitely think this game is going to be great. I'm going to play all alpha phases. Right now, I got to 142, and that was a couple of days of me playing. I grinded it out. I was trying to push. I think I could get to stage 150, but we will see about that. And then we'll be done with this alpha. But then we will turn around. I will do alpha 2 and then alpha 3 just to see of any improvements that I could do before the game releases. But that is probably about it with that stuff. Then, but a conclusion of it is I think the game is starting really, really well. They are tickling on a lot of good parts of what I'm looking for in these kind of games, and they can keep improving on that. I can't wait to see more of what they have in store for content and stuff, but they definitely got me itching to get more from them, and that's not a super common thing for a game just to get me kind of hooked, which I'm very excited about. I think they're on a right track. I think they're doing good. They just gotta refine what they're building, and it's gonna be great, possibly. So that's my review. I think it's a great game so far. Definitely plenty of bugs and stuff that needs to get worked out. Definitely some tweaks and some graphic stuff to do. But I think they have a good footprint, and if they just refine it, do stuff they want to do to it, listen to the community a little bit, and get that feedback, I think it could have a chance of being a wonderful game. I'm going to play it on release. I will be doing content, so stick around if you want to be around for that. But that's my conclusion of GodForge as of right now. Please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of GodForge. I kind of want to hear your comments on it too. I'll see you guys in the comment section, but I'll catch you guys all in the next video. Bye.